Hello and welcome to English Insights. Today we are going to tell you an amazing story. It is the story of a country called the United Arab Emirates, or the UAE. Many people know the UAE today as a very modern and exciting place. You might think of its super tall buildings, like the Burj Khalifa, or its busy, bright cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi. But what if we told you that not so long ago, this land was completely different? Just about 70 or 80 years ago, the UAE was mostly empty deserts. There were small villages by the sea, but no big cities. Life was simple and sometimes very hard. There were no big roads or huge shopping malls. The people who lived here had a very traditional way of life. They lived close to nature and relied on the land and the sea. In this video series, we will take you on a journey through time. We will discover how this desert land changed into a modern miracle. We will see how a few important events and very smart leaders transformed the UAE. It's a story of change, big dreams, and hard work. Are you ready to learn about the amazing story of the UAE? Before we get started, don't forget to drop a like, share, and leave a comment below. Now, let's begin. Part 1. Life in the Desert. Let's try to imagine what life was like in the UAE many decades ago. Think about a time before big cities existed. There were no grand shopping malls or huge airports that you see today. Life was simple, but it was also often very hard. Most people lived in small, close-knit groups. These groups were called Bedouin people. The Bedouin were nomads, which means they did not stay in one place for long. They moved from one part of the desert to another. They were always looking for water and fresh grass for their animals, especially their camels and goats. Their homes were made of tents, which they could easily move. They learned to live in harmony with the hot sun and the big changing sand dunes. Survival in the desert required great strength and wisdom. Along the long coastline of the Arabian Gulf, other people lived in small fishing villages. The sea was everything to them. It provided their food. They caught many kinds of fish to eat and to trade with others. But their most important job, which brought a lot of value, was pearl diving. Men would bravely go deep under the sea. They looked for oysters, which are special shells that can have beautiful, shining pearls inside. This was a very dangerous and difficult job. The divers did not have modern equipment like oxygen tanks. They only used a rope, a nose clip to keep water out, and a small basket to collect the oysters. They had to hold their breath for a very long time, sometimes for several minutes, as they searched for the valuable pearls at the bottom of the sea. These pearls were incredibly precious. People would trade them for food, clothes, tools, and other necessary goods. Life in those days was slow and often calm. Days were spent according to the rhythm of nature, the rising sun, the tides, and the seasons. People lived very close to nature, and most importantly, very close to their families and their small communities. They had very strong traditions and everyone in the village helped each other. If someone was sick, the community helped. If someone needed food, others shared. This was the quiet, traditional way of life before big, rapid changes began to arrive. It was a time of simple living in a harsh, but uniquely beautiful, desert and coastal land. This valuable black gold truly brought a new and shining light to the entire land. Part 2. A Black Gold Discovery. The quiet, traditional life that people lived in the desert and by the sea began to change dramatically in the middle of the 20th century. A truly transformative and incredibly important discovery was made. People found oil deep under the ground. This was not just a small amount. Huge reserves of oil were discovered. This moment was absolutely huge for the small states and sheikdoms that would later join together to become the UAE. Oil quickly became known as black gold because it was so valuable and powerful, like gold. The very first big oil discovery in this region was made in Abu Dhabi. This happened in the late 1950s. After that first find, more and more oil was discovered in other areas, including the important state of Dubai. Finding so much oil meant that the rulers, or sheikhs, of these small separate states suddenly had access to an immense amount of money. This money was like a magical key that could unlock a completely new future. It could change absolutely everything for their people and their lands. Before the discovery of oil, the people had little money. Their lives were difficult, with limited resources and opportunities. They relied on traditional methods of survival and trade. But with the discovery and sale of oil, they had resources that were beyond their wildest dreams just a few years before. The rulers of these states were wise and had a clear vision for their people. They understood that oil was a valuable resource, but they also knew a very important truth. Oil would not last forever. One day, the oil wells would dry up. So, with this understanding, the leaders made a very important and smart decision. They decided to use the money they earned from selling oil to build a strong, modern, and sustainable country for their people. Their goal was to create a much better life for everyone, not just for today, but for future generations too. This discovery of black gold was the definite start of a very fast and incredible transformation. The old ways of life were about to change forever. The money from oil meant that new, wide roads could be built, connecting villages and towns. Many new, modern schools could open, giving children the chance to learn and grow. Advanced hospitals could be built, providing better health care for everyone. People across the land started to feel a great sense of hope and optimism for a brighter future. The desert land, which had been quiet for centuries, was now about to become a buzzing place of huge construction projects and very rapid growth. This valuable black gold truly brought a new and shining light to the entire land. Part 3. The Birth of a Nation. After the incredible discovery of oil and the promise of new wealth, the small independent states in the area realized something very important. They understood that if they worked together, If they joined forces, they would be much stronger. They would have more power and more resources as one entity than as separate small states. This idea of unity was very powerful. So, on a very historic day, December 2nd, 1971, an extremely important event took place. 6 of these small states decided to join together. They formed one new powerful country called the United Arab Emirates, or simply the UAE. A few months later, a 7th state also decided to join this new federation, making it truly united. The most important and influential leader behind the formation of this new country was Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. He was the highly respected ruler of Abu Dhabi. Sheikh Zayed was not just a leader, he was a very wise man with a grand vision for his people's future. Sheikh Zayed was not just a leader, he was a very wise man with a grand vision for his people's future. Because of his great leadership and his determination to unite the states, people lovingly call him the father of the nation of the United Arab Emirates. He had a deep belief that all the small states should become one big family. He strongly believed that unity would bring immense strength, peace, and prosperity to everyone living in the new country. Sheikh Zayed had a very ambitious and big dream for the newly formed UAE. He wanted to use the large amounts of money earned from oil sales to build a truly modern and advanced country. His dream included providing excellent education for all children, boys and girls, so they could have bright futures. He also wanted to build world-class hospitals and healthcare facilities so that everyone could be healthy and well. He even dreamed of making green parks and beautiful gardens right in the middle of the desert, turning dry land into places of beauty and relaxation. His ultimate dream was to build a country where all its people could live very well, be happy, and have many opportunities. The formation of the UAE was a monumental success. From the moment it was established, the new country began to grow at an incredible pace. The wise leaders, following Sheikh Zayed's vision, started to invest the oil money into massive projects. They built wide, modern roads that connected all parts of the country. They constructed large, efficient airports to connect the UAE to the rest of the world. They also developed big ports to handle international trade. They literally started to build modern cities from the ground up, transforming empty desert land into bustling urban centers. This period marked the true beginning of the modern, powerful UAE we see today. It was a time filled with great hope, intense hard work, and a shared vision for the new nation. Part 4. Building the Future, Dubai and Abu Dhabi. With the strong new unity and the vast wealth from oil, the United Arab Emirates began to build its future at an incredibly rapid pace. 2 cities, Dubai and Abu Dhabi, quickly rose to become the main centers of this astonishing growth and transformation. These cities changed from being small, relatively quiet towns into huge, bustling, and highly modern metropolises in an incredibly short period of time, surprising the entire world. In Dubai, The local leaders had a very bold and forward-thinking vision. They were very smart and understood that relying solely on oil for wealth was not a sustainable long-term plan. They knew that one day the oil resources might decrease or run out. So, they decided to focus their efforts and investments on other important areas. They wanted Dubai to be a leading global center for trade and tourism. To achieve this, they built a massive and very efficient port called Jebel Ali, which quickly grew to become one of the busiest and most important ports in the entire world. They also started to construct incredibly luxurious hotels, magnificent shopping malls, and exciting entertainment attractions to draw in visitors from every corner of the globe. Their aim was to create a city that everyone would want to visit, explore, and conduct business in. Abu Dhabi, being the capital city of the new federation, strategically used its immense oil wealth to invest heavily in essential infrastructure and grand cultural projects. They built wide, multi-lane roads that made travel easy. They created beautiful green parks and public spaces where people could relax. They also constructed impressive government buildings and major institutions. Abu Dhabi also put a strong focus on creating a very high quality of life for all its residents. It rapidly became an important hub for education, with new universities and research centers, and for healthcare, offering advanced medical facilities. The leaders in Abu Dhabi also invested significantly in arts and culture, building magnificent museums and cultural centers, such as the famous and architecturally stunning Louvre Abu Dhabi, which attracts art lovers from everywhere. Both Dubai and Abu Dhabi became globally famous for their incredibly tall and impressive buildings that touched the clouds. The Burj Khalifa in Dubai, for example, became the world's tallest building, a symbol of human ambition and engineering marvel. Large and complex artificial islands were also created in the sea, like the iconic Palm Jumeirah and the World Islands. These were truly enormous and challenging projects that clearly showed the world what the UAE could do with vision and determination. The leaders of the UAE were not afraid to dream incredibly big and to undertake monumental construction projects. The combined vision of the wise leaders and the hard work of countless people, both local and international, made these ambitious dreams become a tangible reality. Part 5. Beyond Oil, a Diverse Economy. The wise leaders of the UAE knew a very important truth. Depending only on oil for the country's wealth was not a good idea for the long term. Oil is a natural resource, and like all natural resources, one day it will run out. So, very intelligently, they started to plan for a future that would exist beyond oil. Their big goal was to build a diverse economy. This means that the country would have many different types of businesses, industries, and sources of income, instead of relying heavily on just one. This strategy was crucial for the country's long-term stability and growth. To achieve this diversification, the UAE invested a huge amount of money in tourism. They built world-class hotels that offered luxurious experiences, thrilling theme parks with exciting rides, and many other attractions designed to entertain visitors. Millions of people from all over the world now travel to visit Dubai and Abu Dhabi every year, eager to experience their unique blend of modern luxury and traditional culture. Shopping also became a very big part of the economy. The UAE built enormous shopping malls that offer every imaginable product, from global brands to local goods, making them popular destinations for tourists and residents alike. Another extremely important area of investment was finance. Dubai quickly grew into a major global center for banks, investment firms, and other financial companies. Many large international businesses decided to open their regional offices in the UAE, recognizing its strategic location and modern infrastructure. The UAE also created special areas called free zones. In these free zones, it is much easier and more attractive for foreign companies to set up and do business. This policy successfully attracts many international companies, which in turn helps the economy grow even faster and creates many job opportunities for people. Furthermore, the UAE is now actively investing in cutting-edge new technologies and industries that will be important in the future. They are focusing on developing areas such as renewable energy, like solar power, to reduce their dependence on fossil fuels. They are also heavily involved in fields like artificial intelligence, AI, and even space exploration, showing their ambition to be leaders in innovation. They are building smart cities that use technology to improve urban living, and they are investing significantly in education to train their young people for these advanced, future-focused jobs. This clever strategy ensures that the United Arab Emirates remains strong, modern, and prosperous for many decades to come, long after the oil reserves diminish. They are always looking forward, planning for the next big thing, and preparing for a sustainable and innovative future. Part 6. A Global Hub and Future Vision. Today, the United Arab Emirates has truly become a global hub. This means it is a central place where people, businesses, and new ideas from every corner of the world come together. The country has successfully positioned itself as a vital bridge between the East and the West, connecting different cultures and economies. Its modern airports are among the busiest in the entire world, efficiently connecting millions of travelers on international flights every year. Similarly, its huge ports handle massive amounts of goods and products that are shipped to and from nearly every continent, playing a crucial role in global trade. The UAE is also widely recognized for its ability to host large and important international events. For instance, Expo 2020 Dubai, which was held in 2021 to 2022 due to the pandemic, was a monumental success. It attracted tens of millions of visitors and brought together hundreds of countries to showcase their innovations and cultures. This event clearly demonstrated the UAE's impressive capability to organize huge, complex global gatherings and highlighted its vision for strong international cooperation and exchange. The country continues to attract major conferences, sports events, and cultural festivals, further cementing its role on the world stage. What is truly remarkable about the UAE is its constant forward-looking approach. The nation is always planning for the future. They have incredibly ambitious plans and very exciting projects constantly in development. For example, they are building the iconic Museum of the Future in Dubai. This is not just a museum about history. It's a dynamic place designed to showcase new technologies, explore future possibilities, and inspire innovative ideas for tomorrow's world. Furthermore, the UAE is making significant investments in space missions, which is a highly advanced field. They successfully sent a probe to Mars, demonstrating their scientific capabilities and their desire to contribute to global exploration. This kind of investment shows their bold ambition and their strong desire to be leaders in science, technology, and innovation on a global scale. The story of the United Arab Emirates is genuinely amazing and inspiring. In just a few short decades, it has transformed from a land of simple desert life and dangerous pearl diving into a powerful, prosperous, and highly modern nation. This incredible transformation is a testament to many factors: strong visionary leadership, the intelligent and strategic use of its natural resources, and, most importantly, a resilient people who dared to dream big and work hard to achieve those dreams. The UAE continues to build its future with unwavering determination, always aiming higher and pushing the boundaries of what is possible. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the incredible transformation of the UAE here on English Insights. We hope you enjoyed learning about this dynamic and forward-thinking country.